Hello and welcome. I'm Mary Lee LeBay, and I want to thank you for your interest in my professional trainings. By now, you will have received an email with a link where you can sign up to have a personal conversation with me, and I very much look forward to that. Happy to answer all your questions. We can talk about how you will integrate this into your future career plans. Maybe you already have certain talents, certain knowledge that you'll combine, or perhaps this is your first step into holistic healing. And we'll just talk a lot about how that's going to look for your future. If we decide that we're a good fit to work together, if this course is really going to be right for you, I'll give you the link to the registration page. There you can enroll in the course, and you'll have an option for 3 different payment plans, and you can make that choice. And once you're enrolled, you'll be able to start studying right away. You can study if you do the online course. If you complete the whole thing, you'll get your certificate at the end. Meanwhile, we have group support calls, Zoom calls, that whoever is registered at the time can come into those calls. And during those calls, you'll be studying and practicing. And so then you can come to the calls and I'll answer your questions, maybe make suggestions on how you can be doing the work better. I'll teach you some extra things that are not included in the written materials. And you'll get a sense of community. We come together with all these beautiful people, these wonderful students who are on this learning journey alongside of you. And you get to meet a lot of people and join that community. We also have a Facebook page that's private. Only my students and graduates can access that Facebook page. And there, again, forever, for as long as I'm alive and keeping everything rolling, you'll be able to go into the Facebook page and ask questions, have access to me, be able to find other students and graduates to practice with, maybe trade sessions forever and ever. You could be trading sessions and getting therapy and hypnotherapy done on you into the future. So a little bit about me. Hopefully you've read my bio. I started with tarot and astrology, a spiritual path over the last 30, 40, 50 years. And I became a certified instructor of hypnotherapy in 1999. Shortly after that, I began teaching, and I was hired at Bellevue College, and then here in Bellevue, Washington. And for several years, I presented the courses there. I went off on my own for a while, and then I was invited to teach and be in charge of the hypnotherapy training at Bastyr University. And it's a very prestigious university here in the Northwest. So I got to train a lot of the naturopaths, acupuncturists, nutritionists, people like that, because they were finding that sometimes they would be working with a client and they would just get stuck. The client just had some deeper issues that just were not getting addressed. And they found that with the hypnotherapy added in, it really made a difference. I've also trained a lot of massage therapists, coaches, life and business coaches, all walks of life, even people who are just starting out in a career, or they're empty nesters and now they want to start a career in holistic healing. People that were coming out of big tech, they were so burned out and they wanted to do something that was a lot more heart-centered. And so anyway, so there's just a wide range of people that come together. But the common denominator with all the students that come through my course is that they really are heart-centered. Their intention is to make this world a better place, to help people who are struggling. and help them find their way. It's just a beautiful thing. The courses themselves are quite transformational, even for the students, because you'll be doing practice sessions. You'll be learning so much, which is transformational all on its own. During your practice sessions, you can address issues that you have. So maybe you need to have greater confidence or stronger spiritual connections, or you want to know more about your past lives, or you have certain aches and pains. All the things that we can address, you'll be practicing with fellow students. So we get a lot of work done on us and a lot of fun. People really appreciate that. Also, during the calls, I do demonstrations. So I will be working on volunteers from the class. And so you'll get a session with me as well. So anyway, I've trained people all around the world since I've put the courses up on Teachable, which happened right after the beginning of the pandemic. I put everything online and added the Zoom calls because I still want to have a strong connection with my students. I want to be here to support you and help make sure that you're successful. If you want to open your practice and you want to do this seriously, then I definitely want to make, to be there to support you to do that. But I've had students over the last couple of years come from Canada, Germany, the UK, Portugal, Belgium, South Africa, Australia, the Bahamas, Puerto Rico, Mexico, and across the whole United States. So we really get a wonderful blend of people, and you get to meet people from all these different cultures and countries and walks of life. So it's fascinating, I think, anyway. There's a variety of courses that you can take on the market. This is not the only one, and I realize that. So when I put this up on Teachable, I did a lot of research to figure out what I wanted to offer and how I'm unique in the marketplace. And I can assure you that I'm very unique in the marketplace. One is that I have that huge spiritual background, and you can read about it online on my website and on the Teachable website. So I won't go into it here, but I bring that into the work that I do. So it's client-centered, it's soul-centered. And also, I really give you every technique that I use in my own office. So all the techniques that I've been using over the last 20 plus years, where I can address issues, everything from physical to mental, emotional, spiritual issues that people bring. I have techniques for all of that. The only people we can't work on are people who have severe mental illness. You don't want to go there unless you're a licensed mental health counselor. But all the other issues, from abundance, physical pain, emotional problems, relationships, feeling lost, learning, figuring out their purpose, abundance. I mean, it's just a wide range of issues that we can work on. And I give you all the techniques you need to learn. Now, most trainings are going to teach you how to use scripts. So your client is going to call, you're going to set your appointment, they're going to come in for a specific issue, and then you're going to be going and looking through books on scripts or writing out a script. It's going to take you an extra hour or so of your free time to be all prepared for this client. And then how they're training you is then you put the client into trance and read them a script and bring them out, and fingers crossed that it works. So the way that I do it is very client-centered. I've used that word a lot. But it's because we put the client into trance, we get them nice and deep and cozy, connected up to their subconscious mind. And then the protocols, the tools that I'm going to teach you the structure of these tools so that you know which ones to use at what time and in what cases. And then you're going to apply that. The flow of your sessions are going to be different, unique to each client. And they're going to do all the work. They're going to figure out how did they come to be in this condition? What is it going to take to correct it? And then all the supportive protocols so that they are really solidly on this new path, moving towards health and happiness. It is just a beautiful process. Nobody else teaches it. This is uniquely how I have developed these protocols. I'm an innovator and forerunner of a lot of the protocols that I'm teaching and are now being used in the field. And I can also tell you that there is not a program out there that is going to teach you more about past life regression, how to do them really effectively, efficiently, and all the context and content around past lives. There isn't a training. And those are combined. Hypnotherapy, the clinical hypnotherapy with the past life regression is combined in one course. So you're not having to go find lots of different teachers and figure out a lot of this stuff on your own. I also have the Transpersonal Wellness Coach certification. And this is just a beautiful course that takes all of this to the next level. You can take the courses in either order. So people are starting with transpersonal or they're starting with the hypnotherapy. Either way, it's okay. I've created them so you can start with whichever. But if you're going to really be out there having a profession, setting up your holistic practice, you'll want the hypnotherapy in past life. That would really suit you. But if you're really going to do it and really become an expert in the field and successful, I would suggest you do both. So in the transpersonal course, I bring you shamanic techniques that I have evolved into protocols that we can use in a more professional setting. So you would actually be doing hypnotherapy, and then you can move and transition right in to soul retrieval, sacred journeys, and then also working with entities, who they are, what they are, how to deal with them, including negative spiritual influences, and how to connect up with your spirit guides, who they are, what that's all about, how do you know that these are spirit guides, and helping your clients have that communication with them, which would also work if your client has a loved one who's passed on. You can use these protocols to help them communicate with deceased people if that person is available. They're not always available, contrary to what you might see out there in the general public. But if they're available, you can set that communication up for them as well. So this is an incredibly huge body of work. You can move through both courses in about 3 months. You'll get certified. You'll have several certificates: certified hypnotherapist, certified past life regression specialist, certified transpersonal wellness coach. You'll have everything you need to go from zero to a full-blown business practice that you can earn incredible amounts of money if you practice, if you get good at it, and if you are a savvy business person. So we do cover business and marketing also. And again, you'll have ongoing support if you need it. So I really look forward to speaking to you in person in the very near future. So if you haven't already, please schedule your enrollment call so we can get to know each other personally and I can answer any further questions you have. And I look forward to speaking with you then.